Good evening, Rebels fans. Welcome to another matchup of GDFL football of the Grit City Knights against the West Sound Rebels here in Stadium High School in Tacoma, Washington, as the Knights kick off to the Rebels, and Rebels get a couple yards here at the 30-yard line. They will start the day on their own 30. Glad to have you here at Stadium High School. West Sound Rebels are hosting the Grit City Knights here at Stadium High School, which is normally be the Knights' home stadium with a couple schedule mix-ups. The Knights are actually the away team, and the Rebels are hosting the Knights here this evening. Again, glad to have you here. It's about 82 degrees out this evening as the Rebels set up two on either side. JT taking the ball, looking for a big out swinging ball. Can he get there? No. Ball's right about the 20. 10 receiver had about maybe 5 to 10 yards in front of him. My name is Christopher Ketzel, and I'll be taking you through tonight's game. Tonight, I'm by myself. Glad to have you along, and I hope to bring you a colorful picture of the game as you see the game at home or wherever you're watching from. So Rebels lining up for second down on their own 30 with 2 on either side next to the quarterback and 2 out wide. A quick handoff out to Marshad DeWalt as he's running through. Looks about a 5-yard gain. Now, that's probably one of our big storylines this evening is Marshad DeWalt. Originally, at the beginning of the season, played a preseason game with the Rebels. Was signed to a team in Germany, which was so exciting here for the Rebels organization to send. That's our whole point here in our developmental league, is to send players out. As the Rebels lose about 4 yards on that play, it'll be 4th down. As a developmental league, we want to see players get elevated in their career, if you will, trying to sign them to different teams, whether that be here in the U.S. or outside of the U.S., and that's what DeWalt had done. He had signed with the team in Germany with a couple of things happening here and there. Made the trip back to the U.S., and he's playing his first regular season game here for the Knights. And we're excited to have him back. A lot of big expectations for our number one running back here. But we're going to see what the Rebels can produce with their first 3 and out as they're going to kick the ball back to the Knights here on their first drive. It looks like timeout is being taken. A couple miscommunications, it looks like. I'm assuming it's by the Rebels. There we go. We've got our signal. It's by the Rebels. First timeout with 12:29 left in the game. Probably just a couple of miscommunications here with the home side trying to make sure they get their whole kicking unit out. So to bring you a little bit of context for today's game, your West Sound Rebels are 3-0, have not had their previous game. They played against the number 6 team in the nation, the Sabres, and they handled that game quite well. And they've hopped up. Now they are 3rd ranked in the nation with that lovely 3-0 for the 3rd ranked team. And they're playing the Grit City Knights, the 1-2 Grit City Knights. But they're looking to change that narrative. They won their last game, and they're looking to change their narrative on the season as they continue with the last few weeks here in the season. I say last few weeks. We're about the midway point. This is game 4 for either team, and we've got an 8-game season here in the GDFL. So we're going to see as the Rebels kick it off here, and it looks like it's going to be a fake. Looks like they're trying to throw from the kicker. No, he's going to make it. Can he make it to the first down? He trips up right, maybe a few yards short. The Knights think he was short. From up here, it looked like he might have tripped a yard or 2 short. Let's look where they spot the ball. It looks like it will be a yard short. I'm going to wait for the official signal. That was a very aggressive move from the Rebels, something we haven't seen yet, especially, early in the game. Last few weeks we've seen in the beginning of the game, the Rebels have normally kicked off the ball. There hasn't really been too much tricky plays, but it looks like they're going to give it to the Knights. you could say a little bit of a risky decision call from the Rebels sideline. Obviously, they're going to want that one back. But in this kind of thing, you want to keep your head up and continue forward. It's only your first drive of the game, and you want to continue forward to, I would say, probably learn from that mistake, or even see that's probably maybe something to hold in your back pocket and maybe practice next week. As the Knights line up on their own, on the Rebels 40, with 2 on either side and 1 behind. Quick handoff into the middle, and it looks like he'll run for a gain of 5 or 6. Looks like that was number 32. Another 32, Dejon Brooks. As the Knights are lining up 2 on either side, running back again to the side. Let's see, looking out. Another quick handoff going up left side, and hard hit by the Rebels. Looks like it'll be right around the about 36. They're spotting at the 36 for a third down, and 6. Now, again, these two are in the Western Impact North Division of the GDFL. So technically, this is a divisional game trying to maintain that record in a Rebels perspective, trying to maintain that divisional record, as there's a pass down in the middle and there's just no receiver there. It looks like either one of the wide receivers out far left and far right were the intended targets, but there was just nobody there for the quarterback. Another quick 3 and out here, and we'll see. It looks like the Knights are going to go for it. Talking with the Knights head coach before the game, one of their main things is they want to stop an explosive offense, but also have that same respect for the Rebels defense, as this Rebels defense has been really hard to get through and puncture through, as the ball is tipped off right off the hands of a Rebels defender. Looks like number 1, David Sosu. And they'll turn it right back, almost as if nothing happened, and we'll continue forward. Just a little bit of clock delayed there, as the Rebels will set up for their second time this evening. Now, again, as I was talking to the Knights head coach earlier, respecting this Rebels offense. This Rebels offense so far has put up 123 points on the board in their past 3 games, and they are really looking to add more. As some talking the camp this week, there's a lot of expectation for this offense to continue their winning ways, but also continue their dominant winning ways, as JT throws a wide ball out to maybe around the 10, and it looks like it hits a player's helmet right before the intended receiver. Looks like the intended receiver was Corey Klingenberg. Kind of an interesting play call, try to be super aggressive starting this game, whereas the Rebels in previous games, they've been aggressive in maybe the first drive, and then the second drive they've kind of maintained their composure. We'll see what the sideline can draw up this time, as JT lines up in shotgun with Marshad right next to him. 4 out wide, quick pass right out to the 43, and it's dropped. The 36. Drop that number 2, Thomas Alston. And just like that, it's a Rebels third down with only about 17 seconds burned off the clock. Rebels are trying to go fast. And that was when I talked with the offensive coordinator, as their quick handoff to Marshad goes and gets right about maybe the 48. Looks like they'll move the sticks on that one. I was just talking to head coach and offensive coordinator before. DeWalt is definitely a big name in this game. In their preseason game, talking with them, some people around camp, is he is a beast. It takes about maybe half of the defense to even contain him as he continues forward. And it looks like he won't stop as evidence on that play. JT2 on either side with one next to him, looking for something to do. As the pocket's collapsing, a quick pass out, and it's right out of bounds, right about their own 28, 27. And just like that, it's second down. Now, again, going back to when I was talking to the Knights head coach, they want to contain and stop this explosive offense. This is something that has been evident, and they want to respect how this offense can kind of control and maintain dominance in a game. As you saw, maybe the last few games, as the ball popped out of the hands of the intended receiver, that looks like that was number 14, Connor Wade Senthrow, and the Knights get the ball right back. Interesting kind of development here for the Rebels, almost unexpected. Looks like maybe it's the heat or something's getting to the Rebels. This is unlike the Rebels to be inconsistent in the first two drives. We'll see if that Rebels defense can continue to contain. As mentioned earlier, this is game 4 for either team, trying to maintain that as they played. Almost all the teams are going to play this season as like Rebels number 26, Taekwondo Bowie thought he had the ball. Looks like they're going to call him down at the 40-yard line still the 43 for second down. Looks like quarterback for the Knights tonight is Ezekiel Reynolds. This is his 4th game playing. It's a quick handoff to the running back coming out wide right, and there's nothing but a sea of black containing that running back. What looks like a loss of 7 or 8. Again, what I said, a dominant Rebel defense. Rebels defense has only allowed 29 points in their first 3 games. Last game being only 8, which the defense had nothing to do with. It was on special teams. Last week, the Rebels only, if you want to call it a blunder, I wouldn't call it a blunder because it was such a dominant performance from the Rebels. But the only way the Sabres got on the board last week was from a return to kickoff for a touchdown and a quick 2-point conversion. As Ezekiel's looking for something to do, players are down around the 30-yard line. Didn't see exactly what happened there, but they'll call it 4th down. And again, we are here at Stadium High School in Tacoma, Washington. Mind you, historic Stadium High School in Tacoma, Washington. Again, if you're in the Tacoma area, for a Rebels perspective, this is our first of 2 games here at Stadium High School. This is our one that we are hosting as the Rebels. And then our final game of the season, which will be in August, will still be here. But instead of the Rebels being the home team, the Knights will be the home team. So they'll just switch sidelines. It's like a penalty in the backfield. We'll see what they'll call there. Looks like the Knights already know what's going on, and they're backing up a few yards. Looks like a false start, if I'm not mistaken. And or delay of game, excuse me. They'll call 4th down again. They'll back up the sticks a few yards. See what this Rebel special team unit can do on this kick return. Ball is low and kicked around, looks like around the 43, but Rebels player can't get on it. Gets on it around the 15, trying to go out wide, cutting through on the 20 to the 30, cutting through a couple Knights players. Can he hold on to the ball? It looks like he can, and they'll spot him around the 32-33, and the Rebels will restart for the third time this evening. As both teams are taking time to switch, I'm going to take some time to thank a few sponsors. First being Toyota of Olympia. If you're in the Olympia area and looking for a new vehicle, we'd like to recommend Toyota of Olympia. Also, like to thank Joel Gibson Jr. Thank you for your contribution to the Rebels organization. As the Rebels will set up on their own 34-33 as a quick pass out to number 2. That's Thomas Outson, as he's tackled, looks like around the 46. And they'll move the sticks on that one. Now, since I'm playing both hats of a play-by-play and a color, I'll give you some of my own color commentary here. What I want to see from the Rebels, as I've said multiple times over, as a quick handoff to Marshad, goes down the middle to move the sticks again on their own 44, or on the Knights 44. What I want to see is consistency. The Rebels have maintained this dominant, explosive force on offense. As a quick pass out to that's number 11 Corey Klingenberg, and it looks like they'll move the sticks again. This is definitely whatever they did with the offense on the sidelines while the defense was on the field obviously is working, because the Rebels are marching down the field and the Knights have no answer to that quick pass out of the pocket. Looks like JT's on under center with 2 behind him and 2 on either side. A quick handoff to the running back, but they'll be down around the 40 for a loss of, looks about maybe 8 or 9. Excuse me, they're going to spot the ball at the 35, so it'll be a loss of 5. But I want to see this Rebels consistency, as they've shown, as I've started to explain, to continue this marching down the field, saying, hey, we're here to play ball. I'm going to punch you in the throat. I'm going to see what you're going to do, because that's what you want to see. The offense doesn't need to wait for the defense to do something about it. They want to make a statement. And what I want to see from the Rebels is for them to make a statement with 5:54 left, as we're seeing another penalty here, pre-snap penalty. It's our second of the day. Looks like this one's going to go against the Rebels. Looks like a false start. And they'll can keep the down. As the Rebels now have first and about 20, or second and 20, excuse me. Looking for a pass out down the middle, trying to route the 30. Shakes a couple defenders and is down, or looks like about the 26, and there's a flag after the play. Looks like that was number 5, Adrian Allen. As the officials are discussing what happened. Looks like a face mask on the defense. And that'll be, I'm assuming, as a Rebels first down. See how far they move the ball. That'll be a Rebels first down and more. And they will be just outside the 10-yard line. Rebels' first time in the red zone this evening. We'll see what the Rebels can do. JT in shotgun with 2 on either side and 1 next to him. Ball's out wide. Pocket still staying there. Quick pass out to the right about the 10-yard line. And a gain of looks about 4 or 5. That was to Kofi Gossier. It is quite the sunny day here in Tacoma. Not really used to that. I know we normally don't like to talk about the weather, or that's a normal thing we talk about in sports, if you will, to see what the weather does. It's our first 80-degree day, or first or second 80-degree day of the year. as they'll give the Rebels first and goal. When I went down on the turf, it felt a couple degrees hotter as my thermometer said about 82. We'll see if that's really doing too much as this Knights goal line defense has an answer to the Rebels running back. As they'll call second and goal on this near side. 4:24 left in this first quarter. Definitely a lower scoring quarter compared to last week's game against the Sabres. We'll see what this Rebels offense can do. As looking out wide left. And ball is intercepted in the end zone. Or is it caught? They're calling a touchdown. Touchdown Rebels. That was... Pardon me for being so unprofessional. I'm extremely confused on how this happened, but that's the Rebels' first score of the game. As the officials are conversing, but they're going to... It looks like the head official is still having a conversation, but the Rebels are sending their extra point team in. Give me 1 second as I'm trying to confirm who caught that ball. As Thomas Alston is credited for the touchdown. In a, again, I'll be honest, I'm looking into the sun. Looks like either sideline has had their explanation, and looks like the Rebels are setting up for their signature 2-point conversion afterward. As we are right off Commencement Bay here in Tacoma, and there's plenty of wind. So you would expect to probably see multiple 2-point conversions this evening. .404 left in this first half as the Rebels they've put the 6 points on the scoreboard. And they're going to line up for, looks like, one on either side, one right next to JT. He's got some motion. It looks like he might try to take it himself. No, he's going to pass it right in the end zone, and they'll call it for that 2-point conversion. That is number 0, Kofi Gossier, on the 2-point conversion. It is Rebels 8, Knights 0, with 4:04 left in this first quarter. As we take a second, as the teams are transitioning on and off the field, we'll continue our, excuse me, you're probably going to hear a lot of voice cracks from me since I am the only one you're hearing this evening. Tracyton Movie House in Bremerton, Harbor Life Chiropractic in Gig Harbor, Clear Choice Dispensary in Tacoma, and McLeod's Grill House in Bremerton. Again, thank you for your generous sponsor of the West Sound Rebels. We would like to thank you for your continued support of the West Sound Rebels organization. All right. Looks like the Rebels are looking to kick it off back to the Knights. Got one on the, looks like 3 on the 5-yard line, waiting for this kick. There's a whistle, and we are off for kickoff against the Knights. Looks like they'll at the back of the end zone, and the Knights will get it on their own 25. Now, I was talking to the Knights head coach before the game. One of the main points that he had made was trying to respect the guys on the other side of the ball. A lot of these men and women on either coaching staff know each other from previous programs or working together here in the Tacoma area. And then also some of the players as well know each other. It's nice to see a couple high fives or things after plays. But also one of the main things he maintained was what we can do is we can control our side of the ball. And we want to maintain that control as much as we can as the Rebels defense has continued to prove that they are a force to be reckoned with only 29 points against this season. Quick pass out to about the 32. The Rebels defense will swamp on that for a gain of 7 yards. And we'll probably be looking for, I know the Rebels they are hungry for interceptions. Turnover battle has definitely been owned by the Rebels these past few games, and they're going to want to continue that. We'll see what this Rebels secondary can do, as it looks like they'll call a gain of at most 1, if not nothing. And they'll call it 3rd down and 3, as the Knights quickly are looking for are trying to ask questions of this Rebels defense. Quick handoff to the running back. No, it's a fake, looking for something there, and it looks like the first down. Whoop. Receiver could not hold on to the ball. They'll call it incomplete. That'll be Knights' 4th down. They'll call, yes, incomplete pass, 4th down. In this kind of moment on 4th down, you're going to want to see some, I would say, composure. I know that's probably the word that I've been using all season long, but seeing some composure from this Rebel special team unit, as looking to field the ball. Ball hits the ground right around the 40, and the Knights will be on it around the 41-yard line. As the Rebels are about to start their next drive. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what happened, but the Rebels are now on their own side of the field on the 44. JT with 4 out, looking wide, looking for number 11 out there in the corner. Can he get there? No. Too far. Now that's something we're looking for, another explosive evening from Corey Klingenberg. Corey has definitely been one of those players for the Rebels this last few games that has been one of those members of the explosive offense. As I was talking to Rebels offensive offensive coordinator for the game, one of the things he was really emphasizing was this team works as a unit. There are explosive players, yes, but there are multiple explosive players that are averaging maybe a few hundred yards a game, whereas you see other teams that he specifically said maybe on the East Coast that you'll see 1 or 2 special players. But here in the Rebels, we've got multiple players working as a unit, averaging, you would see maybe a couple players averaging, another team's maybe 150 to 200 yards. We've got multiple players averaging about 100 yards a game. JT sets up with 4 wide, looking for another quick pass down in the middle. Looks like that's number 2, Thomas Alston. Looks like Thomas Alston is the targeted receiver today. I think that's his 3rd or 4th reception on the day. You'll count it, another Rebels first down. But looking at this Rebels receiving unit, quite a, you would say, complex maybe, or diverse receiving group, as they've really spread the love between multiple different players, with touchdowns going here and there for a couple players as the pocket's dissolving. Looking for somebody, finds him. Looks like we'll get about a gain of 5. Because looking at the statistics, Corey Klingenberg's got 5 touchdowns on this year, and Kofi Gosier Jr. has 4 touchdowns. And then between the rest of this receiving unit, we've got about 4 other receiving touchdowns. And that's, I think, one of the things that the Rebels organization has continued to do is want to say we're playing as a unit. We're playing as almost, if you want to use that family word, as passes dropped by Corey Klingenberg. Wanting to operate as a full coherent unit, cohesive unit, to continue working as if not one but as a whole team, trying to not have one player be better than the other, but together they're looking for, all eyes are on Vegas later this year in August, wanting to, as even though it's the Rebels' first year, wanting to make some noise as JT's targeting Thomas Alston again out on the left side, but it's too far above his head, out of bounds. It'll be 4th down with about 24 seconds left in this first quarter. And it looks like the Rebels are going to call their second timeout of the evening for the first half. And we'll take a quick second to thank some of our sponsors. Woodridge Vision Clinic in Port Orchard, the Clark Brothers, Theovinkle Winery in Tooele, Mr. and Mrs. Myers of Bremerton, Northwest Athletic Apparel, Joyce and Mike Construction in Bremerton, the Senecal family, Swoop Sound Cine Media, Metro Parks of Tacoma, Left Coast Designs and Print, Fat Zach's Pizza, and Fine Ivory Enterprise, LLC. Again, thank you again for your continued sponsorship of the West Sound Rebels. We appreciate your financial and emotional support as the Rebels continue this season. Rebels lining up on 4th down. Looks like to go for it. Got 2 out wide, 2 next to him. Looks like about 4 yards to go. And as does every pre-snap penalty, both sides are pointing at each other like the Spider-Man meme, saying it was your fault. No, it was your fault. It looks like they'll call it against the Knights, and the fourth down hard count will count for the Rebels. I think they're calling it 5 yards, so they're not going to move the sticks. But now instead of 4th and 6, that'll be 4th and 1. Now, if I'm in the head or in the Rebel sideline, I would like to see DeWalt take this and march through that center channel there, as we've seen so much success from that already today. It looks like they'll set up, quick pass out in the middle, gain of about 5 or 6. That was to number 5, Adrian Allen. And this is what I wanted to see from the Rebels as clock is winding down for the end of the first quarter. That consistency of marching down the field, wanting to, like I've aggressively said, the punching the other team in the throat and expecting them to be dizzy. Wanting to continue marching down the field and moving the sticks. You want to see your offense be aggressive and assertive. We'll be right back with you for the second quarter, right after a brief break. Again, 8-0 in favor of the West Sound Rebels. Let's be about their 18-yard line as a quick handoff, about 88-yard or 2. Rebels lining up. Got 2 on either side, 2 next to JT as he's looking left, looking right, looking left, out on that far corner there. Can the receiver make it? It looks like he made the catch, and they'll call it for the touchdown. And that is number 2, Thomas Alston. And that's what you want to see from your offense with your second play in the red zone, second play on second down, trying to maintain that pressure, trying to say, hey, we're here to play ball, and if you're going to catch up to us or not, I don't care. We're going to score a touchdown. That was a beautiful pass by JT. Love to see that. As Rebels will sign up for another 2-point conversion as they hand it off to DeWalt, and the Knights defense is right there to answer that question. Well, Rebels 14-0 with the beginning of the second quarter, handing out to 14-0 with 14-18 left here in Tacoma, Washington. as the Knights will look to receive, looking into the sun. As it looks like we're not going to see, I don't think we're going to see the lights come on this evening. That sun is bright and hot. We're kind of cooling off here. It's nice because we've got the bay right there, and some of the wind is coming off to kind of cool it down. But again, they're playing on turf, and that heat is coming off the turf. Might be 4 or 5 degrees hotter from what we feel up here. As the Rebels are looking to kick it off out to the Knights. See what the Knights can do. Will they be given a chance? No, they will not. They'll call that a touchback, and they'll start on their own 25. Now, I think what I want to see from the Rebels here is to continue that dominance on defense. I was chatting with someone earlier. It doesn't look like this Rebels defense has woken up just yet. Obviously, their talent is massive, right? They have this ability to still make those big defensive plays, but nothing noteworthy yet this year. This game. They've had stops. Yes, they've continued to keep that goose egg on the board, but nothing too impressive just yet. As Ezekiel Reynolds, as the pocket collapsed, and a quick short pass out to his running back there. Looks like they might call it a gain of nothing. There is a flag on the far side of the field. We'll see what that is. But just like that, the Rebels continue to answer the questions that I ask. That's the kind of thing you want to see. You want to see that pocket dissolve. You want to see from your defensive line, you want to see the aggressive puncture of the offensive line of the Knights, trying to get in there and cause pressure on the quarterback. Looks like there'll be a 10-yard penalty against the Knights, and they'll repeat first down. Again, if you're in the Tacoma area and looking for some family fun, we'd love to have you at our next game at Mount Tacoma Stadium. That'll be on July 9th as the West Sound Rebels host the Washington Warriors. There's great food, a lot of fun. Get to see your Rebels in person. Trust me, even though I get to talk all game, this is a fun environment. We want to see you out at Mount Tacoma Stadium on July 9th against the Washington Warriors. You can follow us on Facebook at West Sound Rebels. As the Knights set up first and 20, Ezekiel in the shotgun looking for a far pass. Can somebody get there off the fingertips of a Rebel defender? Looks like that's number 37, Braxton Siich. And that's kind of the explosiveness that I want to see. Perhaps a chance of turning a Knights mistake into a offensive gain for the Rebels, wanting to maintain that defensive stature of, all right, almost like how I've said on offense, getting punched in the throat. And when you do get punched, right, saying like, no, I'm going to stand my ground and I'm ready to withhold anything that you've got against me. Rebels set up on second down, the Knights set up on second down and 20. Quick handoff to the running back, running right through. And there is almost every Rebel defender there as they'll blow the play dead. Looks though, gain of 5. 3rd and 15 with 13 left in the second quarter. Rebels continue and looking to contain this Knights offense with their patented containing defense, if you will. Knights looking up in the shotgun, 3 out left, 3 out right, 1 left. Dropping back, can they get there? No, ball is tipped. Ball is intercepted. Hasn't been touched yet. He'll go right around to the 41. The 39. 31. Wow, math. And that's what you want to see. You want to see the Rebels maintain that containing defense. Saying anything you can do, I am ready and very prepared for. As the Rebels get their first turnover, forced turnover of the game. As the Rebels gift the Rebels defense gifts the offense beautiful beautiful field advantage. See the field position. JT under center, quick handoff. They'll call the play dead right after the snap. They'll call timeout for the Knights before the play started. Looks like there was a man trying to escape that too many men on the field penalty. So the Knights will take their first timeout. 14-0 with 12:40 left to go in the half. Not as much as we expected from the Rebels. We expected the Rebels to have maybe a few more points on the board. But definitely the defense is taking care of business on their end of the field. Again, these teams are in the same division of the Western Impact North Division of the GDFL. The Rebels, again, sit on top of that division standings in the first place with 3-0. Underneath them is their next opponent, the Washington Warriors, at 2-1. And the Grit City Knights sit at the bottom of that with 1-2. The Washington Warriors' one loss was to the Rebels. As JT and Shotgun looks to pass out wide to about, looks like the 23. Oh, excuse me, the 25. And they'll move the 6 again. Again, this consistent hurry-up offense that we're starting to see from Rebels. That was one thing that head coach talked about before the game, was they want to see a little bit faster on offense, trying to keep the defense guessing, as JT is trying to take it himself. And it looks like they'll spot him at the 3-yard line for a Rebels first and goal. As this Rebels offense looks calm and composed, almost as if this were any other game. Rebels looking to do something in the end zone. Kenny quick pass out to the wide right. No one was there. Ball hit the ground. Incomplete pass. Call it second and goal. As DeWalt will come in. Looks like we'll get a couple transition here. As Adrian Allen is also coming on the field. He's got a touchdown today. We'll see if they can get him another one. Rebels will line up on their own, or on the Knights 3. Second and goal. JT's got one on either side of him. 2 out, 1 out wide right, 1 out wide left. Kenny looks like it caught for a touchdown. And that is Thomas Outston, the other target of the day. And that is the Rebels' third touchdown of the evening. They'll go to 20 points for the good with 11:35 left in this first half. And this is what you want to see from your offense. Just calm, composed, trying to just keep moving that ball forward, as the Knights still have an answer for that 2-point guess of the Rebels. With 11:35 left in the first half, Rebels 20, Knights 0. West Sound Rebels trying to add their 4th win of the year. Knights still looking for something. Haven't seen anything really from the offensive nor defensive side of the ball. Maybe a play here or there, but Knights are still looking for something to stick at the board. Trying to ask questions of this Rebels team, but it seems like the Rebels have all the answers for now. Again, the Rebels are off next weekend, but we would love to see you at Mount Tacoma Stadium in Tacoma on July 9th when the West Sound Rebels host the Washington Warriors. The Rebels will play 4 teams this season. This is their 4th game, the first time facing the Knights this season. And then they'll kind of go through the round robin again, facing the other teams in the same order, just the inverse of stadiums. They'll see the Warriors, then they'll see the team they face their second game, which is escaping me at the moment. They will face the Royals. So they'll face the Warriors, then they'll face the Royals, they'll face the Sabres, and then they'll face the Knights to round out the year on August 6th. Again, if you haven't made it out to a Rebels game, we'd love to see you there in support of your home West Sound Rebels. Knights are looking to do something. There's still time in this game to to try to start some dominance from their side of the ball, trying to control what they can control. Ezekiel in the drop back looking for a pass out left, but number 11, Zach Fisher is unable to get his hands on it. If I'm on the Knights sideline, I don't think I'd be disappointed with 20-0 with this much time left in the first half, but I would want to maintain my excitement. I want to try to do something. At least say, hey, we're still in this game. We are facing the number 3 team in the nation, but we're here to play ball just as much as they're here to play ball. Ezekiel on the snapback fakes a handoff. Pocket is dissolving. Can the Rebels get the sack? And they do. Looks like it'll be right around the 22. And it'll be 3rd and very long. Now, this Rebels defense has only allowed 29 points so far this season. So as much as the Knights want to put something up on the board, right, it'll be asking a lot of questions because this Knights offense has only put up 24 points so far on the year. So not too much for the good for the Knights. 3 out wide right, 1 to his left. Running back next to him, Ezekiel's looking to do something on 3rd and long. He's looking left, looking for one of his 3 out there. Can a defender make the interception? And yes, and he'll walk it in the end zone for a pick 6. And I'll take that. That is Taekwon Bowie on the interception. His first interception of the evening. And just when you say, Rebels, I'm looking for something explosive on defense, they do just that and get their first touchdown. The Rebels defense gets their first touchdown of the evening. Well, the Knights need to do something. This game is slowly slipping away as the Rebels are maintaining their dominance on either side of the ball. We'll see if they can convert this 2-point conversion here. 1 out left, 2 to the right, 2 on either side of JT, looking for something. Looking out wide, can he get the pass? Looks like he did get his feet down. He did. They'll call the 2-point conversion. That's number 5, Adrian Allen. That is your West Sound Rebels 28, Grit City Knights 0, with 10:28 left in this first half. Starting to hopefully sense some urgency on that far sideline from the Knights. There's still, you still have a whole half of football left, right? There's still a lot left to do. This game isn't over. But if they don't put something up on the board quickly, we might be looking at a runaway train that is not stopping for you. Rebels looking to kick it off again. Rebels will kick it off from their own 40. Kick is off. Knights will get in their own end zone, and they'll take the touchback, and they'll start in their own 25 again. See if the Knights can have some sense of urgency and want to put something up on that board as the Rebels look for their first shutout of the year. We'll take a second while both teams are changing up to thank a few of our sponsors. First, Toyota of Olympia. If you're in Olympia area and you're looking for a new vehicle, the Rebels highly suggest the Toyota of Olympia. We appreciate their financial contribution to the Rebels and their continued support throughout the season. To Joel Gibson Jr., to Tracyton Movie House in Bremerton. Looking for a movie in Bremerton? You know where to go. Tracyton Movie House. As my co-host said last week, if you're starting to feel some of that back pain or any pain really, and looking for a chiropractor, looking for Harbor Life in Gig Harbor. Again, thank you to a few of our sponsors. We appreciate your consistent appreciation and donation to the West Sound Rebels. As the Rebels defense is having a hard time stopping Knights offense there. It looks like that was number 40. Number 40, Jordan Tunstall on the first down for the Knights. And that's what you want to see from a Knights sideline perspective. You want to see, let's start moving the sticks. This Rebels defense has had every answer, so let's try something different. At this point, when it's 28-0, you'll try anything at this point to put some kind of points on the board. Ezekiel's got two on either side, one next to him. The shotgun as receivers coming right behind, looking for a quick handoff. Rebels is there, hits a face mask, but didn't grab it. And they'll call him down for a loss of quite a bit. Looks like a loss of 8. For second and very long. Second and 18. Now, if you notice, the Rebels are wearing all black. That is on purpose. Why they chose the hottest game of the year so far, that is still to be known. But I want to get that whole blackout intimidation factor. And it looks like it's working with what this scoreboard says. Looks like 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Ezekiel. Looking and drop back. Looks like the pocket is dissolving. Ezekiel's looking for something to do. Passes up right around the 40 and caught by number 81. We'll call that pass completed right around the 44. Knights are setting up on third down, looking for something to stick. They've gotten a few things on this drive. They're looking for hopefully to ask a few more questions of the Rebels to continue moving this ball forward. As they hand off to the running back, looks like the Rebels are right there to answer that. Maybe a gain of 1. As the Knights are, looks like a little bit excited, asking for a penalty there. And that was number 40, Jordan Tunstall. As we're Hearing some commentary from the stands as well on the way the officials are doing their job. As any fan, you want to critique the officials, but they're just as much as a person as you and I, and they're here to do a job just as much as anybody else on the field is. So we'll have to respect the call, and I hope to maintain that same attitude on the other side of the ball when the Rebels have the ball. Looking in shotgun, Knights looking for something to do on fourth down. Can they make it? Yes, caught by number 11 right around the 50-yard line. The Knights will move the sticks. That was number 11, Zach Fisher. I think that's his second or third completion of the afternoon. As the Rebels will call their final timeout of the half. With 7:06 left to go, Rebels 28, Knights 0. We'll continue thanking a few more of our sponsors. If you're looking for a dispensary in the Tacoma area, the choice is clear. Clear Choice Dispensary. Continuing on, McLeod's Grill House in Bremerton. If you're looking for a quick bite or a night out on the town, McLeod's Grill has got you. McLeod's Grill House in Bremerton. Hop and Drops in Silverdale. Looking for a quick brewski with the boys or maybe a night out on the town with your significant other, Hops and Drops has also got you. Thank you, Hops and Drops in Silverdale. And finally, if you're looking for looking for a new pair of glasses or looking to get your eyes checked, Woodridge Vision Clinic in Port Orchard, we'd love to send you there. The Rebels highly suggest your patronage there, as the Knights will set up on first down. Knights are setting up on the 50, trying to get in the Rebels side of the field for the first time this afternoon or evening. Pocket is dissolving, looking for number 16 here on the close side, and looks like they caught it for a gain of 3. They'll count it for second down. That was number 16, DeRay Watson. I believe his first reception on the day. I'll call second down and 7. As this Knights offense is looking to put something up on the board. Knights with 3 out wide right, 1 left. Ezekiel's got 1 to his side. Out in shotgun. Looking out left, looking for something to do. Can he get there? Ball is tipped and is, you guessed it, intercepted again. That is number 1, David Sosu. That is his second interception. Looks like the ball might have been dropped. The Knights think they have it, and they do. So just when the Rebels thought they had their third interception of the day, the Knights will get the first down like you drew that play up. At this point, the Knights will take anything to keep moving those sticks. Rebels' composure might be slipping away a little bit after that, but they'll try to maintain their head. 2 on either side, 1 right next to him. A quick handoff to number 40 right there on the snap. Looks like about a gain of 6 or 7. As these Knights are starting to get a little bit of momentum with 5:54 left in this first half. That was, again, number 40, Jordan Tunstall. If I'm on the Knights sideline, this is what I want to see. Like, yes, there's a large number on the board that we have to overcome, but we want to look at every drive as its own, trying to say we want to be successful on this drive, not focus about the game as a whole. 2nd and 4. 3 out left, 1 out right. Ezekiel's got 1 next to him. Out in shotgun. Low snap. Looking out left. Pockets dissolving. Snapping the other way. He gets the first down some more at the 20, at the 15, looking to get to the 10, and he'll get to about the 11 as the Knights will move the sticks. And in their first time this evening, the Knights are in the red zone, in their red zone, looking to put something on the board and get rid of that goose egg. Officials are blowing to let the clock go. I assume it sounds like a timeout's taken by the Knights. Well, as I was talking to the Knights coach at before the game, this is what they wanted to see, is kind of controlling what they can control on their side of the ball. It took a while to get there, but they're finally doing what they've asked, what he's asked of his team, trying to control that offensive side of the ball. Even though it might not be the most, I wouldn't say normal, the most conventional way of marching down the field with a dropped interception or couple dissolved plays turning for the good. But they're finally asking some questions of this Rebels defense that they can't answer, as the Knights are looking to put something up on the board to maintain some kind of grip in this game. In their own red zone for the first time. 3 out left, 1 out right. Looks like a quick handoff, and the Rebels are there for an answer and then some, as they'll stop him around the, looks like the 15 or 16 yard line. It looks like it'll be 2nd and 12 as the Knights are continuing. 3 out left, 1 out right. Ezekiel's got one behind him. Another handoff down the middle. Ezekiel still has the ball, but they'll sack him. Looks like right around the 24-yard line for 3rd and long. It looks like there's a flag on the field kind of close to the end zone. We'll see what that back judge is going to call. Looks like that this one might be coming against the Rebels. Again, you're watching the GDFL with the West Sound Rebels hosting the Grit City Knights here in Tacoma, Washington. We are it looks like holding on the Rebels. Looks like they're going to replay 2nd down. But you're watching the West Sound Rebels hosting the Grit City Knights here in Tacoma at historic Stadium High School, right off of Commencement Bay in the Puget Sound. The sun has gone down a little bit, so as the temperature, we're starting to feel the wind of that bay. But it's 80 degrees, as it looks like the way the stadium is built, shade is finally starting to get for those players. Maybe that's why the Knights are starting to make some real progress, but soon to be said. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 5. Knights have 3 left, 1 right, 1 next to them, as we're waiting for the officials to let the play continue. And here we go. Low snap. Ezekiel looking right, looking for a quick pass, and it's tipped by a Rebels defender. And they'll call it a complete 3rd down. Now, this will probably be the Rebels' first test for their defense. Can they maintain this shutout here, or are they going to perhaps have a lapse of concentration and allow the Knights to get on the board? But this is what you want to see from the Knights. You want to see them kind of ask, like I've said time and time again, looking to ask these questions of the Rebels defense. 3 out left, 1 out right. Ezekiel low snap, looking left, looking for a pass. Can he make it? Yes, to 11. And it looks like he'll get in, and they'll call it for a touchdown. The Knights, it took them to 4:34 in the second quarter to get on the board. But number 11, Zach Fisher, will get them on the board. The Knights' first trip to the red zone, albeit a little late, is still successful. And they'll put 6 up on the board for it to be 28-6 in favor of the Rebels. And the Knights' first trip for a point after will be a 2-point. 2 on either side, 1 next to him. Drops back, looking right, and bounces off the helmet of a Rebels defender. But looks like there might be some extracurriculars after the play, as we're seeing some laundry. Looks like we might do this again. Just a little bit closer to the end zone. Again, thank you to those of you at home who are watching. Appreciate your support of the West Sound Rebels. Continuing to keep up with us. You can follow us on social media. Pretty active on Facebook. You can search West Sound Rebels in your search bar, and we will be the first one on there with a little skull and crossbones with a red background. We'd love to see you follow us on Facebook. And they'll do the same formation, 2 on either side, 1 next to him, just a little closer to the end zone. Looking left, quick pass, and it is fumbled around. Intended receiver was number 2, Jane Macklin. And the Knights will not walk away with that point after attempt, but they will take 28-6 here with 4:34 left in this first half. We'll take a break and we'll be right back at you. And the Knights will do an onside kick, but nothing will come from it. And they'll give the ball right back to the Rebels with beautiful field positioning with 4:32 left in the half as the teams are exchanging around here. We'll continue with a few more sponsors. The Clark Brothers, thank you for your patronage. We appreciate your support. Beovinco Winery in Tukwila. Again, if you're looking for another place, but instead are more favored towards wine, excuse me, I don't know how to pronounce this, and I'm going to go Bacovinco Vino Winery in Tukwila. As the Rebels will set up with 4:32 left in this first half. We'll see if they can make what the defense could not and get those 6 points back for the good. TJ looking out left. Quick pass out to, looks like that was number 8, Zachary Langclyde, but I couldn't tell. Excuse me, that's number 0, Kofi Gossier. as this clock is winding down, as we're getting close to the end of the first half. As a Rebels perspective, I'm pleased. I'm not fully delighted, as having a diamond formation set up on the right side of the field, one out left. Looks like JT's going to take it himself and get the first down and a couple extra. He's at the 30, the 25, and it looks like he'll go out right around the 22. But they'll mark him at the 23. But from a Rebels perspective, I'm pretty okay with this, 28-6. You don't want to see a lapse in concentration from your defense on that last drive, but this offense is continuing to enjoy their evening, as we're setting up 4 out wide left this time, out 1 out wide right, and that'll be the second interception for the Knights this evening. That's number 19, as he's tackled right around the 10. Number 19, Ramir Williams. As a flag is called after the play was dead. We'll see what they call it. There's another flag. I don't like to see this. At this point, it is a hot day. It is pretty passionate, but try to keep a cool head and kind of get back to your huddle back up. As looks like a couple of the Knights coaching staff is out on the field trying to get their players back on the sideline. About 3:34 left in the half, looking just to get to halftime at this point. There's no real reason to have any moments like this, as the officials are conversing. We're going to see what happens here. And I'll try to relay the information to you as best as I can. Looks like the Rebels have put their defense out there, though. So it doesn't look like they're expecting this interception to get overturned. It looks like it was after the interception. Looks like just a few of those extracurriculars after the play will be rewarded with the Knights having better field positioning. Again, with 3:30 left, that's not really what you want to see, especially from the Rebels offense. I mean, you want to protect your players, right? You want to protect your teammates. They are your brothers on the field there. But it's kind of a silly thing to do so close to halftime. As the Knights will look to double their points on the board. Looks like they'll start at their own. Looks like 41. As we're waiting for a confirmation from the officials. As they'll have another conversation. Again, like I said earlier, they are here to do a job just like everybody else is on the field, and they're doing to the best of their ability. And we want to respect that as much as we may agree or disagree. As the Rebels sideline looks like they're getting an explanation from the previous altercation, as both sides are looking for this to be over and continue play. Whether satisfied or not with that explanation, looks like we're about to get back underway as the officials are getting back in position. Both sides have been explained to. They'll blow the whistle, and we'll get back to business. Knights on their own 41. 2 out left, 2 out right, 1 behind them. Fake of a handoff past the 16 there. A lot of Rebels jerseys there. Can they get to him? They have gotten to him, but they can't get him down. Looks like they'll get him down around the 36 for a loss. Looks like that was Ezekiel Ramos made a block on the play. As the clock's running down to 3 minutes left in this first half. We'll see what this Knights offense can do. Again, I mean, I would appreciate this if I'm in the Knights sideline, right? I wanna make some momentum going into this locker room, trying to put a few more points on the board, right? You don't need to make all the points disappear as Ezekiel's sacked and the ball is out. Rebels think they have it. Knights think they have it, as you should. Player is, I assume, dramatic. I can't tell what that was. Number 58, Andy Rosales. Don't know if he was calling for a penalty or auditioning for a part in a school play. That was interesting. Knights third and very long. See if they can do something. Looks like they'll probably let this time run out for the 2-minute warning. Or if they'll try to escape something right here before the 2-minute warning, as we are 2:09. Yes, they will. 3 out left, looking left, pockets dissolving. Rebels are there. Hit as he throws, and it goes out of bounds right about the 35-yard line. And they'll call for the 2-minute warning with 1:57 left in this first half. And we'll take a quick second to thank a few more of our sponsors. Mr. and Mrs. Myers in Bremerton, thank you for your support. Northwest Athletic Apparel. If you are another sports organization looking for some jerseys, shirts, hats, helmets, anything like, contact Northwest Athletic Apparel. Looking for something to be built or torn down. I mean, what else do construction people do? I'm kidding. That was a joke. Cloyce and Mike Construction in Bremerton. Call it 360 New Roof if you're looking for any inquiries. Continuing on, the Senecal family, thank you for your continuing contribution. We appreciate your support. So all how you're hearing my voice, how you're seeing everything on the field, that is brought to you by Swoop Sound Cinemedia. I've got a great team out here with production. Again, thank you, our team, for our commitment. Thank you, Swoop Sound Cinemedia, for your support of the West Sound Rebels. As the Knights will line up for 4th and extremely long. We'll see if the Knights can do something. Looks like they're going to kick this ball back off to the Rebels. No trick plays here. Unless. Rebels looking to get this ball back with 1:57 left in this half. High snap. Ball is up. Looks like a little bit of a higher kick. Taking about the 35-yard line. He'll hit the 40, the 45, hit around the 45, and they'll call him down. That was number 9, Bam Daniels, on the reception there. Well, Rebels are set up with 1:47 left. Honestly, if I'm the Rebels, I'm looking just to get back into the locker room, kind of cool off, get some rest, and continue to maintain that composure throughout this half. Don't really want to see what happened on the last drive. Last drive resulted in a turnover and a couple extracurriculars afterwards. Don't want to see that. That's probably the one thing I want to avoid other than just a general turnover. JT with 2 out on either side. Hands off to DeWalt to the 50. Oh, excuse me, not to DeWalt. That's to number 24, Randy Greer. And they'll most likely move the sticks on that one. That was a nice move by Randy. Looks like that'll go against the Rebels. We'll march it backwards. And if you're hearing our public address announcer, again, want to extend an invitation for any of you in the Tacoma or West Sound area. We'd love to invite you out to a game. There's plenty of food. I had some jerk chicken last week, and it was fantastic. Well worth my investment. JT looking to do something on 2nd and long. Pockets dissolving. Looking left. Going out left. Looking for a pass. Can he make it? No. Bounces off the intended receiver and out. That looks like number 23. Oh, no, not. That was... Apologize. I can't see who that was intended for. But Rebels will set up 2nd and long. Trying to not give the ball back to the Knights, but who knows? It's a minute 32 left, and they're not really moving this ball well, especially after those penalties. Penalty trouble has definitely been something going on for the Rebels this evening. As JT's trying to take it himself, and he gets to about the 46, trying to get back to the original 10 yards, but they'll call him down there for 3rd and 11. Rebels looking up. JT's looking left, looking right. Pockets dissolving. Looks like he might take himself. No. A busterous pass out to the 35, and he makes it. Can he get to the end zone? Yes, he will. And again, some extracurriculars after. Looks like that's number 2, Thomas Alston. I think that's his 2nd on the day. But it looks like there might have been something again after the play. This is not what you want to see from a team that's been doing so well, right? Maybe it's the heat, maybe it's the intensity of the game, but the Rebels mentally aren't staying in it. We've seen, I think this is about maybe the 3rd or 4th time we've seen penalties after the play. You kind of want to operate with just that clock in, clock out mentality of, I'm here to play ball, I'm not here to get in your head. We'll see if that's against the Rebels or not. Looks like the Knights are moving closer to the goal line, so it looks like this will go against the Knights. So, excuse me for my previous assumption. No, I was right. They'll move it back. They'll call unsportsmanlike conduct on the Rebels. Again, this is not what you want to see. You want to see composure from your team, not having these silly after the play little things here and there. But they'll set up for 1st and goal. 1st and very long. Excuse me, this will just be a very long point after attempt as the Knights are trying to take this back and hit on the sideline and out. And Rebels will get some more points for the good as tensions are starting to elevate here. 34-6 with 1:14 left in this first half. Whether it's the heat or the passion in either side, you can definitely see now that we're further into the game, players are here to play ball, but they're here for a little bit extra. Well, the Rebels will kick it off back to the Knights with 1:14 left. 34-6. Looking to end this first half. As Rebels will kick it off to the Knights again this evening. Ball is up. Looks like a shorter kick. It's going to come down right around the 15-yard line. Knights will get it. Runner up on the middle, kind of going on up on the left side. Can he get through a couple Rebels defenders? Yes, he can, but not enough. They'll get about to the 37-yard line. And the Knights will set up with 1:02 left to go in the half. For a few more sponsors as either team's exchanging, thank you to Metro Parks of Tacoma. Thank you for your continued support. Left Coast Designs and Prints. If you're looking at anything to be designed and printed, you know where to go. Left Coast Designs. Fat Zach's Pizza. If you're looking for a nice slice here in the area, Fat Zach's Pizza is the place to go. And our final one is Fine Ivory Enterprise, LLC. Thank you for your continued contribution to the Rebels organization. Ezekiel gets a pass out to the 40 to number 5. And tackled for, looks like they'll spot him at the 42. It's number 5, Mason Watson. Or it looks like a gain of 5. With the clock counting down, we've entered 34 seconds left. 3 out wide right, 1 to the left, 1 next to him. Ezekiel looking something to do. Looking out left, quick pass out to number 11 right on the logo here at Stadium High School. And they'll take him down right at the logo. That's number 11, Zach Fisher. Again on the reception. As the Knights will take their, I believe, their third and final timeout with 17 seconds left to go. Probably looking for an extravagant final play. And if you didn't hear me on my last little excursion of all these sponsors, Fine Ivory Enterprise, LLC. Thank you to all our sponsors this season, this 2022 season of the West Sound Rebels. We appreciate your support and your continued patronage of the West Sound Rebels. Again, if you're in the Tacoma area looking for something fun to do, we'd love to host you out here. Our next game will be at Mount Tacoma Stadium. Will be against the Washington Warriors. Looking for some fun to do, some good eats, some good hangs. We'd love to have you at another West Sound Rebels football game. With 20 seconds left in this half, see if the Knights can do anything. As on our near side here, the tents have just collapsed. The Rebels tents have just collapsed and fallen on there. If you can see it on your screen, the wind of Commencement Bay has claimed the tents of the Rebels. I guess they don't really need the shade anymore, but the tents have been claimed. As you can see, some great, I guess this is another teamwork exercise here of how can we lift this. It's a crooked vent there in that tent. Looks like the table and some ice fell on the ground too. Kind of everything fell apart. Maybe that was designed as a distraction. Maybe it wasn't. But we'll continue. Again, 20 seconds left. Knights at 50. 2 on either side, 1 next to him. Ezekiel looking out left. Ball is high in the air. Can someone get to it? No. It's off the fingertips of number 19. Ronier Williams. And just an update on that sideline, they've collapsed the tent and they are diagnosing the issue. It is windy. I mean, we are, again, like I've said earlier, we are right off Commencement Bay here in the Sound. It has been pretty windy up here. That's probably why you haven't seen a point after attempt yet. Well, Knights second down on the 50. We'll probably see another long bomb here. 2 on either side, 1 next to him. Low snap. Ezekiel looking left. Pocket is dissolving, and they'll take him down. Looks like right around the 38, 37, and with 9 seconds left. They'll spot him right at the 40 for a loss of 10. And excuse me, I misspoke earlier. This is the third and final, second timeout, I guess. I could have sworn that the Knights had another timeout earlier, but this is their third and final timeout of the half. With 9 seconds left at their own 40. See if they can draw something up here at the end. All right, Knights will set up 2 on either side, 1 next to Ezekiel. 1 more in the backfield. Number 19 looking to pass it himself. No, he'll get around a couple Rebels defenders into the midfield around the center circle here, and he'll be tackled from behind, and that will be the half. As you hear the horn from the Stadium Bowl scoreboard for the half, 34 West Sound Rebels, Grit City Knights 6. We will see you here in a few minutes for the resumption of the second half of this Western Impact North Division GDFL game. Game 4, your West Sound Rebels 34, Grit City Knights 6. Rebels elected to receive last half, so they will defend the first drive of this half. Hope you had a lovely halftime. I did. Got some teriyaki chicken from our local vendor here at the stadium, which they've been at pretty much every Rebels game this season so far. Highly suggest that you make it out to a Rebels home game to enjoy some of these concessions, because let me tell you, they are worth it. I was eating some teriyaki chicken. Ooh, man, you're missing out. I'm telling you. Love to have you out at a West Sound Rebels home game. Next home game, July 9th, Mount Tacoma Stadium, Tacoma. Love to have you there. All right. Back to second half action. Ezekiel's got 2 on either side, 1 right next to him. We'll see what the Knights can do. Can they start this half a little bit more eclectic versus last half? As going out wide, number 1 stays in bounds. No, he stepped out. They'll call him at the 22-yard line. That was number 1. Which I do not have a name on my roster for. So, 2nd and 13. Again, see if the Knights can draw something up that's a little bit more on the aggressive side this half. Oh, Harris Pruitt was the man on that reception. Pass along the middle. Back to Harris. See if he can do something with it. No. Tackle around the 30. They'll spot him at the 32. Well, it's cooled off quite a bit now. Field is all in the Tacoma shade as the sun has disappeared behind a building to our north. To our west. It'll be 3rd and short for the Knights, trying to start this half a little better than their entire first half. And they'll call that false start. It's probably one of the most obvious false starts you'd ever seen. It'll be on number 6, Damian Mansfield. And they'll march it back for another try at 3rd down. What was going to be 3rd and about 2 or 3 is now 3rd and 7. Continuing the same formation, 2 on either side, 1 next to him. Low snap. Looking right. Looking for something. No, Rebels defender was almost there. Had an equal chance for that ball. Couldn't keep his hands on it. That was number 27, Isaiah Miller, looking to make that play. Couldn't get his hands on it. It was honestly one of those 50-50 balls where you're looking for either player. Can you make something on that play? That's what you want to see from your Rebels defense, right? You want to make sure that those plays that happen when the Knights had their first drive all the way down the field, those laps in concentration, if you will, you want to make sure that doesn't happen again. Knights 4th down on their own half. See if the Knights can do something or if they'll continue in their woes. Rebels are expecting a punt back to them, and it looks like that's what the Knights will line up to do. We have seen a fake already today, but we'll see if the Knights' play calling will be a little bit more aggressive this half. No, high snap out of the back. It's at the 10, maybe at the 5. Kicker can't get a foot on it. No, they'll take him down right at the 1-yard line, but it looks like they'll spot him at the 3. And the Rebels with fantastic field position to start. I don't think you could ask for a better starting field position. Rebels will start 1st and goal, 12:57 left in the 3rd quarter. It's beautiful work from the special teams. That's what you want to see. You want to see control. You want to see, hey, you're going to try to do this play, and I'm going to try to stop you. And it was great work. Great work from the Rebels defense. Rebels will line up. 1 far on either side. JT's got 1 on either side of him. See, quick handoff to running back. And no, question was answered, but he still got around. Can he get there? Dancing around and in. Number 23, Marshad DeWalt gets his first touchdown of the evening. Just like that, the Rebels start out hot. And their running back who returns from Germany gets the touchdown. As it looks like there's a Knights player down on the goal line. Looks like the training staff will come out to take a look at him. But after this injury, the Rebels will look to take another point after attempt. 40-6. Looks like he's getting attention here on our near side. And it looks like he's up, limping off the field a little bit. That's what you like to see. You'd like to see at least them getting off the field under their own power. Well, 42-6. Rebels looking to post the most points out of the season this game. Rebels lining up to JT. No, it was to Mashra. No, I lost the ball. It looks like they'll call him short. No good. Rebels will take that. 40 2-6 with 12:26 left in the third quarter. Great start in the second half for the Rebels. To start directly into the scoring column. Count that on your box score if you're scoring from home. Aggressive defense, that's what you want to see. I mean, we talked about it in the last half, wanting to see the Rebels take that defense and control it a little bit. They want to control the game. They don't want to let the other team start any momentum. The Knights got a little bit, like almost a taste of momentum, but the Rebels regained their composure and are continuing to dominate this game. Rebels looking to kick it right back off again. Because their first game was probably the defense's hardest job to contain an offense. 32-18 against the Warriors. As the low kick gets around the 10-yard line. Knights defender drops it. They'll call it a touchback. Knights will start on their own 25 yet again. Going back to the Rebels faced their first game was a little bit more, you could say, looser on the defense. The defense did have 6 interceptions that game, 32-18. Then their second game, which was against the Royals, they put up 45 to the Royals 3. And then last week you saw against the Sabres, Sabres put up 8 and the Rebels put up 46. So we'll see if the Rebels can set a high score for the year. I guess that's kind of what a Rebels sideline perspective is looking for, trying to, from an offensive side, trying to keep that chip on the shoulder and going too. Talked to Jacob Tassi earlier before the game, kind of talking to him what he was expecting from the game. Definitely expecting some offensive presence for sure. Wanting to respect the guys on the other side, but really want to keep the chip on the shoulder. To quote, telling the guys that we are the best team out there. So JT definitely doing what he said he was going to do, continuing posting 40 points up on that scoreboard as the Knights will go 2nd and 11 for their second drive of the half. Seems like coming out of the half, the teams are a little less energetic. The Knights definitely seem a little more deflated. Probably still wanted that last drive back in the last half, but trying to start something here. Two on either side, one right next to him. See what Ezekiel can do. Fakes the handoff, looking above, targeting out the wide. No. Short for the intended receiver. That was number 1, Harris Pruitt. Knights trying to find any way of getting past this Rebels defense here. They did it once in the first half. We'll see if they can replicate that drive. As you're seeing on your screen now, that's a 3rd and 11. What seems like even longer. Ezekiel's got 1 out left, 3 out right. Looking to pass right. Pockets dissolving. Looking for something to do. Passes out. Looking for a receiver in the mid, and no, it's intercepted. Looks like number 2, Thomas Alston. Catching balls on either side of the field. And the Rebels will post their 3rd interception on the night. And it looks like they'll start on their own 36. 26. Oh, Rebels gifted another great field position. Looking to put more points up on the board. As you can probably hear the sounds of Commencement Bay from air, land, and sea. JT signing up, looking Looking out right. Trying to do something. Throws the ball away right around the 20-yard line. Looks like the intended receiver was Adrian Allen. We're going back to my conversation with JT earlier. Really was just expecting a great performance all around from the guys, and it's kind of what you've seen. Sounds like they had a game plan before the game, and they are executing it to the best of their ability. This Knights defense has been unable to stop this Rebels offense with something to show for it. They've stopped maybe a few times here with, I think, 2 interceptions so far, but only 6 points to show for it. Their offense hasn't really been doing them too much. And this is game 4 for both teams. Rebels posting a 3-0 record prior. The Knights with their first win last week at 1-2. Both these in the Western Impact North Division, as JT looking out for a touchdown. Very, very far. For it looks like Thomas Alston was the intended receiver on that. And the Rebels, quick 3 and out. They'll go for 4th down. It's like Knights players talking to their officials for a little bit. For this 4th and 11. JT's got 1 on his left, 2 on his right. Fakes the handoff. Pocket is still there. Dissolving a bit. Looking for something. Pass out wide. Can he get there? Yes! Pass is caught by, you guessed it, Corey Klingenberg. His first action on the night. Oh, excuse me. That is Kofi Gossier. I believe that's his 2nd touchdown on the night. And the Rebels with an opportunity to tie or exceed their best score of they're tied with their best score of the year. With this attempt, they can break their high score of the year. So a player that's been really quiet tonight has actually been Corey Klingenberg. First game and the last game with Sabres was a dominant performance. It kind of goes back to what the offensive coordinator for the Rebels was saying to me before the game, as the ball is out by the Rebels. That was Randy Greer dropped the ball on that point after attempt, and they will keep that 46-6. Rebels with the 40-point lead. Well, with, like I was saying earlier, with this Rebels team has a lot of options. There's a lot of different weapons on this offensive side, whether it's your 3 fantastic wide receivers, whether it's 2 or 3 of your fantastic running backs, or even JT can take it himself. There's a lot of offensive weapons for this Rebels team that they've been a dominant presence in their first 4 games. It only really seems that it's been their own doing has been their own their own undoing has been by themselves. It seems like their only opponent has been their own either a mental miscalculation or letting the other team get in their head, as the Rebels kick the ball off once again to the Knights, and they'll take it on their own 25. We'll take a second to thank some more sponsors. If you're looking for a vehicle in the Olympia area, the Rebels would like to suggest Toyota of Olympia. Appreciate their patronage and support of the West Sound Rebels. Continuing on, Joel Gibson Jr. Or if you're looking for a movie in the Bremerton area, Tracyton Movie House. Give them a visit when you can. Rebels highly suggest their business for your patronage. As the Knights will set up again, once again on their 25, down 40 points, looking for anything at this point. Ezekiel's got 2 on either side and 1 behind him. Hand off to the running back, and an instant answer to that question. That is number 81. Shane Deshotel. Again, this Rebel team has almost had every answer that the Knights have been asking. At this point, the Knights, I think it might soon be time to try something different, whether that be from quarterback or from an offensive idea at all, to try something completely different to see if there's anything else in the playbook, or reaching deep into the playbook as a play pass right out left is incomplete. And just like that, it's third down at their own 21. Well, 8 minutes to go. Third down and 14. Rebels looking to do something. Knights are looking to do something with this Rebels defense answering every question. 3 out left, 1 out right. Ezekiel's got 1 next to him. Looking center, looking for a deep pass out left. A little bit of collision there between 5 of the Knights and 21 of the Rebels. That would be TJ Smith for the Rebels and Carson Watson. It looks like they're going to call pass interference, is what my assumption is. I don't know what you saw there, but it looked like kind of they were both going for that ball. Maybe one of the officials saw maybe a hip move out further towards the offense, but they'll call pass interference. Again, like I said earlier, trying to respect the official's call, but I'll respectfully disagree with that one. And the Knights will take the automatic first down and then some. Starting their own 48. Trying to get on the other side of the field for the third time tonight, with 7:30 left in this quarter. Well, if they can't get it like a normal way of passing the ball and getting completion, they'll take a penalty. Ezekiel looking passes high for number 16. That is Jere Watson. Well, Knights second and 10. Again, ball on their own 48. 1 left, 3 rights. 1 next to him. Ezekiel looking for anything at this point. Drop the ball. No, it's the 32. He's at the logo at the 50, and he's stuffed at the logo. It's not Thanksgiving yet, but they'll stuff it. Put that at the 50 for third down and 8. That was Dejon Brooks on the carry. As the Knights are faced with another third down. Honestly, at this point, I want to see the Rebels contain this. And stay mentally in it. There's no need to kind of let this get away from them. You want to, even though your offense is having a beautiful day, it's because your defense has set them up greatly. Ezekiel looking for something to do, pockets dissolving, and almost taken down, but no, he gets away. He's at the 30, he's at the 35, he's at the 40. Looks like he's going to take himself. He's at the 50, and at the 45, he'll slide. And it'll be a 4th down and 3 with 5:30 left. What seemed like a play that was dissolving, it kind of turned out for a gain. Not the most conventional way, but Ezekiel Reynolds takes something out of nothing and gets a gain of 5 for a Knights 4th down from their side of the field. Knights trying to get into that red zone for a third time or for a second time tonight. Low snap, 3 out left, 1 out right. Quick pass out right, and they'll get the first down and then some. Looks like he'll get to about the 30-yard line. They'll spot him at the 31. Knights are slowly marching up the field. Something is starting to stick, whether that be laps in the defense or good planning on the offense. Knights are finally starting to see some success. It might be a little late, but they are seeing some success. Knights on the Rebels 31. 3 out left, 1 out right. Pass wide out left, looking for something. No. Both players for both sides went up for that ball. It's a good challenge, but Rebels will take second down as this third quarter is winding to a close. We were 3:40 left. Also, if this score if this score holds, be the second most that the second least that the Rebels would have allowed in. That was their second game, 45-3 against the Royals. Ezekiel out back, looking for left. He's in the center. Hit as he throws. Amazing catch around the 23 or around the 17. That was number 3. Bryce Williams with the reception. And the Knights will move the sticks. Well, Knights trying to get in there. They're in the red zone for the second time tonight. Looking to double their score. 2 on either side. One in motion. Now it's going to be 3 on the left side, 1 on the right. Low snap, looking for something. Quick pass out in the middle into 3 Rebels defenders, but the pass is incomplete. It was on the ground. Now, from a Knights perspective, I'm excited. I don't know if you saw on that far sideline on that reception a few plays ago. That Knights sideline was hyping their man up. They were excited. If anything, they're at least happy to get something going out there. They might not have contained the explosive offense, but they can at least control what they can control. 3 on the left side, 1 on the right. Snap is out. Looking right. Might have been a little tug on the jersey. They'll call no good. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. Rebels are looking to contain this Knights rare opportunity in the red zone, which they're trying to capitalize on. As we've entered a minute left in this third quarter, the Knights are taking every second that they can for this plan on 3rd down. 3rd down, 2 on either side. Ezekiel in the shotgun. High snap, looking for something, looking left. A lot of Rebels defenders there. We'll see that. And that pass is intercepted, and they'll take it. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, and he'll be stopped right around the 45. No, he's going to keep going. He's at the 50. They can't bring him down, and they'll call him on the 50. There is a flag on the play behind the play. There's a couple Knights players down on the ground. One's helped up to his feet on the logo, but one on the 20 or the 35. We'll see what this play, this penalty penalty will be. As players are taking a knee for their injured compatriot on the field. Looks like that's number 13 for the Rebel, or excuse me, for the Knights. That's number 13, Mark Barossa. And looks like they're gonna call the interception back for there's 22 seconds left in this quarter. We're seeing what the officials are gonna call. And it'll be 4th down for the Knights. And they'll call that. Oh, they'll call 1st down and goal for the Knights at the 10-yard line. Well, again, not the most conventional way of doing things, but the Knights will take it. On the Rebels' 9-yard line, looking to double their points on the board. Knights 2 on either side. Ezekiel's got one next to him. In shotgun. Looking left, looking right. Still got time in that pocket. Looking on, and a completed pass for a gain of maybe 1. I mean, I would celebrate that too. But that was a beautiful catch. It was number 19, Ramir Williams. And with that sound of the horn, that is the end of the 3rd quarter. As we're closing the 3rd quarter, West Sound Rebels 46, Knights 6. We'll take a few seconds to thank some sponsors. Harbor Life Chiropractic of Gig Harbor. Again, if you're looking for some chiropractic work, the West Sound Rebels highly suggest Harbor Life Chiropractic in Gig Harbor. If you're looking for a dispensary in the Tacoma area, well, the choice is clear. Clear Choice Dispensary in Tacoma. Would love to have you out. McLeod's Grill House in Bremerton. Thank you again for your sponsor of the West Sound Rebels. Hops and Drops in Silverdale. Again, if you're looking for an alcoholic beverage out in the Silverdale area, Hops and Drops has you. A neighborhood gathering place. Love to have you at Hops and Drops. Again, if you're looking to get your eyes checked as well, Woodridge Vision Clinic in Port Orchard. Love to see you out there. Either a routine check or looking to get your glasses repaired or replaced. Woodridge Vision Clinic's got you covered. The Clark Brothers, thank you again for your continued patronage for the West Sound Rebels. Bakovinko Winery in Tukwila. Again, if you're looking not for hops and drops, but if you're looking for wine, Winery in Tukwila. They've got you covered. And finally, Mr. and Mrs. Myers in Bremerton, thank you again for your sponsor of the West Sound Rebels. Well, we've swapped sides here now. 4th quarter, 15 minutes left to go in this game. Rebels 46, Knights 6. And we will see what the Knights can do on their second trip to the red zone. And passes through the middle, and no. Multiple Rebels defenders are there to cause 3rd and goal for the Knights. Again, we'd love to have you at a Rebels game. The West Sound Rebels' next home game will be July 9th at Mount Tacoma Stadium in Tacoma. Plenty of food, good hangs, and a fun time to support your West Sound Rebels. All right, 3rd and goal. Knights looking to double their points on the board. 3 out left. Quick pass out. Couple red jerseys or black jerseys there to swallow him up, and they'll call it a gain of 1, maybe. Knights 4th down. They're going to try to do something. I mean, they got all the way down the field, and it's almost that momentum was almost killed by that penalty earlier, but they'll see what they can do to conjure something up here. Knights want to walk away with something on the board. (46-6), 13:45 left to go. Knights lined up on the far left side. 1 on the left, 3 on the right. Looking left, looking right. Pockets dissolving. Ezekiel's going to try to take it himself. Can he get there? No. He is pushed out of bounds right about the 5-yard line, and the Rebels will take over on downs. And the Knights, with their second opportunity in the red zone, they'll come up with nothing, and the Rebels will take charge at their own 5-yard line. While the teams are switching sides here, I'd like to thank Northwest Athletic Apparel. If you're a sports fan or sports organization looking for some form of apparel, Northwest Apparel is the place to go. Cloyce and Mike Construction in Bremerton. Looking to have any form of inquiries, cloyceandmike.com of Cloyce and Mike Construction, or call 360-NEWROOF or 360-NEW-ROOF. I'd like to thank the Senecal family. And then everything that you're seeing and hearing tonight, that is all brought to you by Swoop Sound Cinemedia. Again, thank you to all our sponsors. Appreciate it from the West Sound Rebels. JT, a quick handoff to the running back. And that question is answered instantly. That was number 23, Marshad Walt. Little stutter step, but Knights had an answer. Knights trying to contain this explosive offense of the Rebels. I think from a Rebels sideline, it's looking pretty calm down there. A lot of players are either sitting on the bench, talking to coaches. JT looking back in the end zone, trying to avoid a safety. Gets the ball away. Too close, too fast for what looks like Simeon Wells, I believe. As it'll be quickly 3rd and looks like 11 now for the Rebels with 13:02 left in the game. Trying to see if the Rebels can put some more points on the board. Wouldn't be surprised if we want to see an explosive play call here. 2 on either side of them, 1 out wide left, 1 out wide right. Handoff is to Marshard DeWalt, and gain of maybe 1. Looks like the Rebels are just trying to kill some clock at this point. And it'll be quickly 4th down. Looks like the kicking team will come out for the Rebels. As they're switching around here. Metro Parks of Tacoma. Again, thank you for your sponsor of the West Sound Rebels. Left Coast Designs and Prints. If you're looking at a form of apparel that's not athletic-wise, Left Coast Designs and Print has got you covered for signage, for graphic design, or any form of help in that way. Fat Zach's Pizza. If you're looking for a quick slice, Fat Zach's has got you covered. And a couple pre-snap whistles, and the Rebels will call their first time out of the half. And our last sponsor on my list, Fine Ivory Enterprises, LLC. Again, thank you for your continued sponsorship of the West Sound Rebels. As West Sound Rebels have the ball, it's 4th down and about 11 with 12:07 left to go. Now, if I'm the Rebels, I'm ready to close this game out, but I want to continue to keep my head in the game, right? I obviously, it's been another dominant performance It feels that the teams that they've faced so far either underprepared for the Rebels or the Rebels are just that good and cannot be contained. The number 3 team has not been able to be stopped on offense. Or if they have been stopped on offense, their defense was able to pick up those mistakes. And the Knights, it's been a hard night to be a Knights fan. 6-46. You could call a home game playing at the Knights' home stadium. If this score holds, the Knights will fall to 1-3, and the Rebels will go to 4-0 on the season. Rebels looking to kick it or to punt it back to the Knights. 2 Knights ready to receive it right about the midfield logo. Punt is up. Looks low and long. Received right about the middle of the S here in Stadium High School. Looking to go up. It's at the 35, the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's down a few yards short of the goal line. And we'll pick up right where we left off in the red zone. Rebels defense special teams starting to fall apart there, but they prevented the touchdown. And the Knights will set back up with 4 more shots at the end zone. See if they can pick up where they left off last time on offense. Again, the Rebels' next game will be July 9th at Mount Tacoma Stadium against the Washington Warriors. Washington Warriors were the Rebels' first opponent in regular season, 32-18. The Rebels will play host, come out, have fun, plenty of food, and good hangs. As the Knights on first and goal, looking to go through. No, running back is instantly answered. And the Knights will go for second and goal. Again, thank you for watching from home and supporting your West Sound Rebels away from field. Appreciate your viewership here for myself and the whole team here at Swoop Cinema Media, or Swoop Sound Cinema Media. We appreciate you tuning into this GDFL matchup of the number 3 ranked Rebels against the Grit City Knights. As the Knights will line up on the 4-yard line for second and goal. The Eagles got 3 to his left, 3 to his right, 1 to his left, and 1 next to him in shotgun. Looking right, looking left, quick pass in, and that is a touchdown, Knights. Their second touchdown on the night. And that was to number 6. Number 6, Damian Mansfield with the score. The Knights will double their total, 12 now to the good. 12-46 with 10:20. They'll go for the point after. See if they can't attempt to turn this game a little bit around. Might be too little, too late, but they'll see what they can do. Quick handoff down the middle. Quick answer by the Rebels and trying to push him in. We'll see what that is. And at the bottom of the conglomerate of players is the ball, and they'll call it no good. Well, after the Knights' second touchdown of the night, Knights 12, Rebels 46. 10:20 left to go in this game. Looks like there's a few players getting some help up. And seems a couple players are taking a knee for players down. Looks like they're having some trouble there. Well, the Rebels looking to receive the ball for the third or fourth time tonight. See if they can do anything special teams on the receiving end of the ball. But this will definitely pose more to the good of the Rebels' resume as they're looking to jump up those national rankings. Again, ranked third this week. As looking up some of the scores from around the league here. Ones Rebels fans will probably be paying attention to. Currently, the Sabres are facing off against the Warriors. And currently, the Warriors are up 28-6 on the Sabres. The Warriors will be, again, the next opponent of the Rebels. Those are your Western Impact North and South or North and West Division scores. As the Knights will kick it off. Low kick around about 16-yard line. Ball is given back to another player. Looks like that's number 2, Thomas Outston. And looks like they'll spot him right around the 24. So almost as if they could have just taken the touchback there. But they'll take it. The Rebels will sign up on offense one more time with 10:08 left to go. Rebels looking to make some more noise. Again, if they do score on this drive or any drive, they will break their season record for 46 points. They currently are tied with that. Looking to post some more. JT out. Looking left, looking right. Got to take it himself. Looks like trying to stay behind the line of scrimmage. Quick pass, and it's tipped almost at the hands of, looks like that's number 88, Matthew Boyne. That's his first target of the night. Looks like the officials are calling a flag. Looks like it'll go. The Knights are pointing against the Rebels. And it will. And they'll repeat first down. Want to respect the official's call. It is 9:56 left in the fourth. But again, want to play a fair and sportsmanlike game as this game is starting to draw to a close. Rebels will set up now on their own 20. First and 15. JT's got 2 on either side of him. He's got one far left, one far right. Looking to make it up the field. Looking left, looking right. Ball out wide. No. Again, looks like the intended receiver was Matthew Bedoin. Looks like a timeout is called by the Rebels. Their first of the half. They're going to take some time in the huddle to discuss what to do next. Well, we'll take a second again to thank some of our sponsors. Rebels would not be able to continue to do what they love, without the help of our sponsors. So we'll thank Toyota of Olympia. If you're in the Olympia area looking for a new vehicle, The West Sound Rebels highly suggest Toyota of Olympia. Joel Gibson Jr. If you're looking for a movie in the Bremerton area, Tracyton Movie House. Again, if you're looking for chiropractic work, Harbor Life Chiropractic in Gig Harbor. Looking for a dispensary in the Tacoma area? The choice is clear. Clear Choice Dispensary. Looking for a bite to eat in Bremerton? McLeod's Grill House in Bremerton is another place that the West Sound Rebels suggest. Again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for the 2022 season. Well, 2nd and 15. See what the Rebels can do, if they can get out of their own half, or if they're just going to continue to kill some clock and cool it off here. Looks like more of a second rotation of wide receivers in there for the Rebels. Looks like that'll be an obvious false start. I mean, when you get some of the guys that haven't been in the first rotation squad, right? You'll have a couple miscommunications. They're excited. They want to get some work done on the ball, right? To be expected, but again, you want to try to avoid those silly little mistakes. Well, Rebels set up 2nd and 20. JT back in the snap, pocket dissolving. Defender got a hand on him, looking far and long, can get there. No. Just right out of the hands. That looked like Corey Klingenberg looking for his first touchdown of the night, as he's going to run that ball all the way back to the other side of the field. You go, Corey. You go. Nine minutes left, 46-12. Rebels with 3rd and 20 on their own 15. Three on the left side, 2 on the right. Going thin on this one. Couple things out. JT, quick pass. No. Intended receiver was Kofi Gossier. And now it'll be 4th down for the Rebels, and the kicking team will come out to give back to the Knights, for the Knights to have another opportunity to start putting some more points on the board. I'm not too worried from a Rebels perspective, but there is 8 minutes left, and when you're starting to have a little less from your offense to start producing, the Knights have some ways to crawl back into this game. Punt is up, low, and wide. See, defender can't get a hand on it. Gets to about the 20. Back to the 15, to his own 20. Ooh, nice block there, and he'll stop around the 35. But it looks like he hit out of bounds right around the 35, and they'll call him down. Well, as the teams are swapping up once again, continue thanking our sponsors. If you're looking to get your eyes checked or any glasses repair of any kind, Woodridge Vision Clinic in Port Orchard. Love to have you come out and get any form of repair or necessary procedures there. Also, thank Hops and Drops in Silverdale. If you're looking for a quick brewski with the boys, or if you're looking for a night out on the town, Hops and Drops, neighborhood gathering place. That's the place to go. Well, Knights will set up on their own. Looks like they're going to call on the 25 now. Excuse me, the 18? The 18. Backing this ball way up. I assume there was a flag on the play and they've moved it back a bit. Knights have 2 out left, 2 out right. see if they can continue that momentum that they've sporadically had, as the Knights have an instant answer for that running play for a gain of nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10 as the clock is counting down from almost 7 minutes. Again, you're watching the GDFL presentation of the West Sound Rebels playing host to the Grit City Knights of Tacoma, Washington, here at Stadium High School, located in Commencement Bay. Got a beautiful view of the Puget Sound. It's been a lovely night for some football. It is cooled off to about a cool 75. 3 out left, or 3 out right, 1 out left. Ezekiel looking for something to do, looking for a ball. Long bomb out to the center of the field. And no, that ball is intercepted by Thomas Alston. He has been active on either side of the ball. To the 35, to the 20, 15, to the 10. He stays in. Can he get there? He does. Will they call him down? No, they'll call a touchdown. Rebels touchdown by Thomas Alston. An interception return for a touchdown. That's their second pick 6 of the game. And that will break the record for the Rebels' high score of the year. Just when you're waiting for the Rebels offense or when you're thinking the Rebels offense doesn't have the firepower left in them, the defense comes back and answers for them. That is his 5th touchdown on the night. He is having himself a career game, that's for sure. Thomas Alston has been active on either side of the field. It's kind of like we said earlier in the broadcast when I was talking to the offensive coordinator. They've got weapons. The Rebels have weapons on either side of the ball, and it really is kind of different from some of the other teams you see around the league where they have 1 or 2 extremely good players. The Rebels have a lot of weapons in their toolbox ready to do some damage. Probably be looking to those power rankings, looking to maybe creep up. There's little room to climb up left as there's a pitch to, looks like Randy Greer, and Randy Greer will get the 2-point conversion. As it'll be 54-12 as the Rebels are running away with this game in eclectic fashion. Well, if this team doesn't have its eyes set on championship potential, I don't know what else their eyes would be set on. Talking with some people in the campground, definitely wanting to have all eyes are on Vegas for later this summer. They want a championship. They want to have these players show the world that they put in the work. They put in the effort. Again, this is a GDFL presentation of West Sound Rebels versus Grit City Knights. Rebels 54 looking to kick it off again to the Knights. That ball land in the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Knights will set up yet again on the 25. As the teams are exchanging again, we'll go back to our sponsors. The Clark Brothers. Thank you again for your donation and your support of the West Sound Rebels. Bacovino Winery in Tukwila. Looking for, if a brewski isn't really your thing, if wine is more your taste, Bacovino Winery in Tukwila. Northwest Athletic Apparel. If you're looking for anything for your athletic apparel needs, Northwest Athletic Apparel has got you covered. Knights sitting up on their own 25. 54-12, 6:24 left in the game. Knights looking to just put some more points up on the board to lower the deficit. As this Rebels defense is continuing to dominate this Knights offense. And they'll call an incomplete pass. White on the left side. Knights definitely thought that was in, but official says otherwise. And we'll go 2nd down and 10. Rebels defense has had almost every answer for this Knights offense. It's been a hard game from a Knights perspective. Looking to gain something back in statistics or even pride at this point. Ezekiel dropping back, looking for something. Long bomb out right. Is there a Rebels defender there? No. Number 27, Isaiah Miller, almost with it. Through his fingertips. And another Knights 3rd down. We'll see if the Rebels defense can contain and look to quietly finish this game out. Knights set them on 3rd down. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Knights looking to get a yard. Something. Anything. Ezekiel out to his right. Looking at the 30. And might be just short of the 1st down. We'll see where they spot the ball. Looks like they'll give them the 1st down. Be 1st down at the 35. Well, 5:34 left. Knights looking to continue marching down their field. They've had 2 opportunities when they've marched down the field and made some form of difference. But this Rebels defense has been almost too much for this Knights offense. Pocket quickly collapsing, and the Knights are there. But the Rebels have, again, answered that question. Be 2nd and 10 from the 35. 5 minutes left to go in this game. Again, the Rebels will be off next week. We'll be taking the weekend off, enjoying the celebrations of Independence Day. You can check back for July 9th for the West Sound Rebels' next game as they play host to the Washington Warriors at Mount Tacoma High School. As the Knights set up on 2nd and 11 and drop the pass. Number 19, Ramir Williams. Do 3rd and 11. 2nd, 3rd down on this drive for the Knights. Seeing if they can come away with putting some more points up on the board. Knights still with all 3 timeouts. 4:54 left. Ezekiel's got 2 on either side, 1 next to him. Low snap, looking left. Ball is up, and looked like it was to nobody. There were too many black shirts around. It'll be 4th and 11. Yeah, announcer asking for some noise from the Rebels fans here in Commencement Bay in Tacoma, Washington at Stadium High School. Knights going for it on 4th down. Drops back. Spins off a defender. Ezekiel look in the middle. No, that is, you guessed it, player of the game, Thomas Alston, looking to return it. He's looking for number 6. Vaults a player, gets around another, trying to get around, get through the middle. He's cut through the middle. There's still defenders there. He's still on his feet. Gets to the 5. Have yourself a game, Thomas. Have yourself a game. At this point, it's been Thomas against the Knights. A few weeks ago, it was Corey Klingenberg against the Knights. Tonight, against I believe it was the Sabres. And this week, it's Thomas Alston against the Knights. Have yourself a game, sir. That's his 3rd interception on the night. Looking for number 6 on the touchdowns. We'll see. Maybe he'll spread the love. JT under center, looking for something. Some contact on that. Maybe some grabbing of the jersey there on Kofi Gossier, but nothing called. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 6. As Adrian Allen's joining the huddle there late. Rebels looking to make it 60. Wide out on either side. JT under center. Looking left. Can he get it there? No. Ball is too high. Well, time is clocking down here. We're at 2:34, getting close to the 2-minute warning here. Rebels are looking to post 60. From a Rebels perspective, from today's game, it was business as usual. Didn't look like there were too many challenges for the Rebels at any point. If I'm on the Rebels sideline, I'm pretty happy with this performance. As a handoff there, can they get the rushing touchdown? They can. There you go, 60-12. As that's number 26, Taekwon Bowie gets the touchdown. He will take it. Rebels 60, Knights 12. If earlier it was a runaway train, at this time you kind of just like missed your flight. At 2:06, Rebels looking for that 2-point conversion to make it 62-12. And passes to no one, and they'll keep 6-0. 60-12 with basically 2 minutes left, 2:06 left in the half. As the players are setting up for kickoff, we'll thank a few of our sponsors for a few more times here. Think Cloyson Mike Construction in Bremerton. If you're looking for any form of inquiry, you can go to cloysonmike.com or call the number there on your screen. Like to thank the Senecal family. I would like to thank Swoop Sounds and Cinemedia. Everything you're seeing and hearing today, that is brought to you by Swoop Sounds Cinemedia. Well, business as usual for the Rebels, for the number 3 ranked team in the nation. They're eyeing that top spot. They want to prove to the nation, hey, it's our first year and we're here to play ball. To put 60 up on the 1 and 2 Knights. Ball is up. Caught at the 5-yard line. Returned to the 15, to the 20, the 25. Players around him. Can they get him? Yes. He'll be down at the 25. And it looks like we'll go right to the 2-minute warning here. I think we'll round off our sponsors here with a few left. Metro Parks of Tacoma. Left Coast Designs and Print. Appreciate both of your support and your patronage of the West Sound Rebels. Fat Zach's Pizza. If you're looking for a slice or anything nice, Fat Zach's Wood-Fired Pizza. And last but not least, Fine Ivory Enterprise LLC. Again, thank you to all our sponsors of the 2022 West Sound Rebels. We appreciate your current support as the Rebels continue their first season and continue to tell the league, hey, we're here and we're ready to play ball, and our eyes are on Vegas. As the league championship will be hosted in Las Vegas this year. Rebels are looking to make their first trip into the postseason, putting what looks to be a 4-0 record on the year. Well, from a Knights perspective, you're playing the number 3 team in the nation, right? It's kind of hard to expect you're going to do too much this game. Head coach had said want to try and contain that explosive offense. Well, you make your own inference at that scoreline to say if they were contained or not. As the clock is winding down, a quick pitch out. Looks like about a gain of 4, maybe 3. But from a Knights perspective, it's kind of hard to judge at this point because the Rebels have been such a dominant side these last few games that it's almost hard to even draw up a plan of how to contain with so many weapons on either side of the ball. It's almost harder from a coaching perspective of what to do. And looks like some confusion on the Knights sideline of holding the down marker. Looks like the officials have made a replacement. And we'll line up for 3rd down. Pass is tipped and gone nowhere. It'll be 4th down. With the minute 08 left in this game. Again, from a Rebels perspective, this is everything you probably ever could have wanted from your first 4 game of the season. The next 4 games will be against the same 4 opponents. So from a Rebels perspective, you've done it before. Now it's time to go do it again. Rebels looking to repeat, hopefully, their wins against their opponents. Kick low and short to about the 48-yard line and a wobble to about the 37. Rebels with 56 seconds left, and you can only expect a victory formation. I think from this point, Rebels will take this. It was the bottom team in their division, right? They were expecting this kind of a score line, but it's exciting to see the guys have so much fun up there and how they're putting up. As the Rebels will take the ball on their own 39. Quick handoff there. And tackle for about, looks like a gain of nothing. As the play clock runs down to 45 seconds. as the play clock winds down, we got about 24 seconds left. Want to thank you for your viewership this evening of the West Sound Rebels playing the Grit City Knights, as almost every Knights player in that defensive line gets to him there. Clock will wind down to 3, 2, 1, and that will be game. Your West Sound Rebels 60, Grit City Knights 12. The West Sound Rebels improved to 4-0, and the Knights dropped to 1-3 on the season. Again, from everyone here at Swoop Cinemedia, I want to thank you for your viewership. The Rebels are off next week. We'll see you July 9th at Mount Tacoma Stadium at Mount Tacoma High School. We'd love to see you there. Great food, great experience, great time. But from everyone here at Swoop Cinemedia, my name is Christopher Ketzel. Thank you for joining us for our broadcast of the GDFL matchup between these two Western Impact North divisions. Thank you, good night, and have a great weekend.